Good morning, class. So today we're going to look at the cycle test you guys have written. Cycle test 3 2024. The test was 1 hour for 50 marks. Okay, this is what I expected you guys to have written. So we are told that the table below shows the number of practice tests that 9 matrics did in preparation for the exam and the results of the exam. 1. And this is how it works. The more you practice, the higher your mark is. Okay. I actually was looking for this question for a while and I found it for you guys. I didn't even actually put this to thought. But I could have put your names here, but I put now A, B, C, D and so on. Okay. So, number of tests, you got 2 and so on, and then the exam mark, which is 1. Alright. So the question says determine the mean number of practice tests that were completed by the matrics. Okay, so how do we work this out? So for the practice test, we add them all up and we divide it by how many people there are, which is 9, correct? So we're going to say it's going to be 2 plus 12 plus 5 plus 8 plus 13 plus 6 plus 3 plus 7 plus 16. You 72. It will be 72 over 9, which is okay. Then we are told if the standard deviation of the practice test is 4,47, determine the fewest number of complete tests a matric must practice to fall within one standard deviation of the mean. Must fall within one standard deviation of the mean. What you do is you say your mean minus your standard deviation and your mean plus your standard deviation. So it's going to be 8 minus 4.47 and 8 plus 4.47. This is going to give you 12.47. And 72 divided by 9 is 8, and 8 minus 4.47 is an answer of 3,353. So that is the range. So, is the A inside or outside the range? Outside. B is inside. C, 5? Inside. 8? Inside. 13? Outside. 6? Inside. 3? Outside. 7? Inside. 16? Outside. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, 5. Okay. Then the questions ask (1 for 1.3) calculate the equation of the least squares regression line. Remember that will be in the form of y is equal to a plus bx. So let's enter that into a calculator. We program a calculator, we press mode stat, which is 3, 2, 4, the least squares regression line. So first value is 2, then 12, and sometimes read out the values 8, 13, 6, 3, 7, 16. 2 corresponds with 14, 12 with 18, 5 with 15, 17, 13, 82, 15, 48, 65, and 99. Okay, press AC, shift 9, 5 for regression, 1 for A. So 32,58. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
32,58. Your B value, shift, stat 5, 2 for B, you 4,04. Okay. Determine the correlation coefficient between the test written and the marks obtained. That's your R value. So shift R, 5 regression 3 for R, 0,98. So R is equal to 0,98. The question says comment on the strength, and there's going to be a positive, very strong correlation. Okay. So they expected you to have written for that question there. And then we are told that a metric learner claims to have completed 10 past tests. Predict the exam results he may get in his exam. So this exam result is actually your x value, not some. Okay, that's now your x. So what I do is I substitute 10 into where I see x. So I got y is equal to 32,58 plus 4,04 times 32,58 plus 4.04 times 10. You 72,98. So approximately 73%. Okay. Any confusion there? And then I think there should be another question. Yep, 1.2. Suppose a data set A, B, C, D, and E has a mean of 8. So if it has a mean of 8, what does that mean? A plus B plus C plus D plus E over 5 is equal to 8. That's what it means. Find the mean of. So we must find the mean of this. So here we have 10 minus A plus 10 minus B plus 20 minus C plus 20 minus, got 20 minus C. So 1, 2, 3 plus 20 minus D plus 50 minus D. This is all over 5. As you can see, there's still 5 numbers. Okay. So what's 10 plus 10 plus 20? That's 40, 60, 110. So you got 110 minus A minus B minus C minus D minus E. I'm going to take out negative as a common factor. I'm left with A plus B plus C plus D plus E. And this is all over 5. But you all should agree that it's the same as saying each one of its own. So we know that 110 divided by 5 is 22, and this here works out to be 8. And 22 minus 8 is 4. So mean is 4. Or the mean of this number set is 4. Okay. Nice question there. The full question paper and the memo can be found in the description box below. People number 2, we are told that the sketch represents a graph of f of x equal to k to the x and g of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. We are told that f and g intersect at point A, which is the y-intercept, and the y-axis, and B, which is the turning point of G. Okay. It's a bit smaller. First question. You're asked, write down the coordinates of A. That's simple. Huh? So that is y-intercept. Let x equal to 0. Y-intercept, let x equal to 0. So we're going to go with f of x. So f of 0 is going to give you k to the 0, which is 1. Therefore, a is 0 and 1. You don't have to show the calculation because the mark is only on saying what a is. Okay. Show that k is 4. So we need another point that's on f of x, which is b. So we can substitute b, which is a half and 2, into f of x equals k to x and a 1. So 2 is equal to k to the half. And there's your mark, okay? Of course, you're going to square both sides. Which is then going to give us 4 is equal to k. That's my equation now, f of x equal to 2.3. Question 2.3, we are asked to show that g of x is equal to that. Okay? Which is the equation of the parabola. So what do we know here? You can see that we have a turning point, so you follow the formula. Y is equal to a into x minus p squared plus q. Okay? So this will be your p and your q value. So y is equal to a into x minus half squared plus 2. In pursuit of calculating a, we're going to substitute the point that's lying on this graph, which is a, the coordinates of a, which is 0 and 1. So it's x and a y, so 1 is equal to a into 0 minus half squared plus 2. If they get over the equal sign, it becomes negative 1. And negative half squared is a quarter. Divided by 4, quarter both sides. So a is negative 4. Y is equal to negative 4 into x minus a half squared plus 2. As you can see, it's going to go into that one there. And then from here, it's just a matter of simplifying. So it's negative 4 x times x squared times negative 4 is negative 4x squared. 2 negative a half times x times 2 is negative. X times 4 is positive 4x. And then negative a half squared is negative a quarter. Positive quarter times negative 4 is negative 1. Plus 2 is 1. They have proven what they asked me to. Okay. So f of x, or say g of x, is equal to negative 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. Okay. Okay, so of course, is the inverse of this parabola, the inverse of g, is that a function? No, because it does not pass the vertical line test. So how do we restrict g so that its inverse can be a function? We say that 2.4. It's either we take this part of the graph, which is x is less than half, less than equal to half, or you take the side here of the graph. Okay? As you can see, x is greater than or equal to half. Okay. Let's look at the next question. (2.5). We're told determine the inverse of f. 2.5. Inverse of f. So what do you do for the inverse function? We interchange x and y. So for the inverse, we'll have x is equal to 4 to the y. Okay. You're going to make y the subject of the formula. So therefore y is equal to log x base 4. And this is the inverse of f. Okay. You know, ask you to sketch the graph of the inverse function. This is 2.6. So remember, this is the function. So what do we do for the inverse function? We interchange x and y. Okay, so if this is 0 and 1 becomes 1 and 0. Okay. This is half and 2 becomes 2. No. There we go.
So it's 4 and 1.
Sorry?
4 and 1.
4 and 1. Say again? This here?
According to the graph on the inverse graph is 4 and 1. Not 2 and 1.
4 and 1. I do. Yeah, if I extend this here to 4, then I will get 4 and 1. No? Yeah, if you're going to use a table, so I use this here. But if you use a table, there's x and y. Remember, that will be in the form of x is equal to 4 to the y. So we make y minus 1, 0, 1. So minus 1 will give you a quarter. 0 will give you 1, it will give you 4. So when I plot now, it will be a quarter and minus 1. Can you see? 1 and 0, and then 4 and 1 will be there. Okay. It's another way that you could have drawn the graph. Alright, then let's sketch that function we just did. So here now. Okay, so as you can see, we need the inverse function there. And I need that as well. Okay. So now we are told in 2.7 for which value or values of x will the inverse function be less than or equal to 0. So in other words, it's this part of the graph they're referring to. Can you see that? So it's from 0 till 1. Right looking here. So we say x must be greater than 0 but less than 1. Can it be equal at 0? No. Why? Asymptote. Can it be equal at 1? Yes. So there we go. Then describe in words the transformation of f to log x base a quarter. So I always indicated to you guys and stress that 2.8 is that y is equal to log x base a quarter can be written as negative log x base 4. Remember, I always make a note of writing this down. No? So now they want to know how do we move from the inverse function from f to this here. So how do I move? As you can see, this is a log graph. So the log is the inverse function. That's all. So what do we say? What happens first? 2.8. What happens first? The graph is reflected in the line, y is equal to x. By reflecting it in the line of y is equal to x, you take the inverse graph, of course. Not so. Then we'll end up with this here. From exponential to log. Then what do you notice from there to there? Negative on the function, on y. And when do we put the negative in front of y? There we go. Then reflect in x-axis. Okay. Any confusion there? Is that end? Sorry? Oh, you're second. You get the summary? Okay, nice. Start saving for retirement and pays 800 Rand into a savings account at the end of each month. After she makes the last payment, she has 884,942 Rand and 47 cents in the retirement fund. She received an interest rate of 6.5% per annum compounded monthly. Determine the number of payments she made. Okay. So this investment, so what's the formula? Future value. So x into 1 plus I to the n minus 1 all over. Every in future she has 884,942 Rand and 47 cents. She's making a monthly payment of 800 Rand, and the payment frequency is in line with the compounding. This is a monthly compounding. So it's 1 plus 0.065 over 12 to the exponent 12n, or just n, minus 1 all over 0.065 over 12. So in pursuit of calculating n, I'm going to take it up, the 8 down. So it becomes the 800, sorry. So it's 884,942,47 multiplied by 0.065 over 12. This is all divided by 800. Then I'm left with this bracket here, which I drop now at this point. I then take the negative 1 over, becomes positive 1, equals, there's another negative 1 I'm taking over, 1 plus 0.065 over 12 to the 12n. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the left hand side here, the calculator is 884,942 Rand and 884,942,47 multiplied by 0.065 over 12, 800 plus 1. Okay, so 6.99, and of course the number carries on, equals 1 plus 0.065 over 12 to exponent 12. So of course in pursuit of calculating n, I must apply logs as the what's the name is in the unknown is in the exponent. Let's apply logs. Subject of the formula now becomes 12n, so 12n is equal to log, the base remains the base, so it's 1 plus 0.065 over 12, and then 6.99, and the number carries on. So it's going to now give me log of 1 plus 0.065 over 12, and that answer is 360 payments. We're going to divide it by 12, which is going to give you the number of years. So it took 30 years of 800 Rand a month to save 884,942 rand and 47 cents. Okay, the decent amount. Who's this? Huh? Shaniqua? Not Shaniqua. What's her name? Huh? Shaniqua? Huh? Okay, I won't be able to say. Once you buy a flat, you can afford a monthly payment of 8,000 rand over a period of 20 years. An initial deposit of 500 rand. What is the highest price she can afford to pay for the house? If the interest rate is 9% compounded monthly. So it's monthly compounding with a monthly payment. So which formula do we use? Present value. There it's a loan. Present value is equal to x into 1 minus 1 plus I to the minus n all over. We want to know what value is P, not so what the P value is. So he's paying 8,000 rand a month into 1 minus 1 plus I, which is 9%, 0.09 over 12 to the exponent, negative 12 times 20 years. And this is all over I, which is 0.09 over 12. So that is the loan amount. Not so. But what happens? She's making what's the name? A deposit of 50,000 as well. Not so. So whatever the loan amount is, you must add 50,000 to that loan amount. Okay. So it's going to be the total she can afford, the total price she can buy for. So it's 8,000 rand into 1 minus 1 plus 0.09 over 12 to the exponent, oops, negative 12 times 20 over 0.09 over 12. And then we add 50,000. Is that correct?
Yes.
939,000. 939,159, comma 60. About 60,000 shy of $1 million, no? She can afford. Quarterly payments of 21,386 rand 60 cents are required to pay a loan of 850,000 rand in 20 years. Payment starts 3 months after the granting of the loan. Okay, so that people, that is in line with your compounding, your payment frequency is in line with your interest compounded quarterly. Okay, of 8%. Determine the balance outstanding of the loan after 30. People, there's two ways I can do this. Okay, I'm just going to do the one way, which is the long way. However, the other way is in the memo. Okay. Balance outstanding is A minus. So A is going to be P into 1 plus I to the exponent n minus every, which is x into 1 plus I to the n minus 1 all over I. Alright, so your P value, the principal amount, is 850,000 into 1 plus I, which is 8%, 0.08 over 4, to the exponent 4 times, and this is for 13 years. Minus x, monthly payment of 21,386 rand and 60 cents into 1 plus 0.08 over 4 to the exponent 4 times 13 years. Minus 1 all over I, which is 0.08 over 4. So 850,000 rand into 1 plus 0.08 over 4. to the exponent 4 times 30 minus 21,386 rand and 60 cents into 1 plus 0,08 over 4 to the exponent 4 times 30 minus 1 0,08 over 4 gives us, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
455,134 rand and 2 cents. Okay. Then we are told the balance in question 3.3.1, which is this total here, is paid in full by immediate lump sum payment using money inherited from a relative. I also want to be familiar with this, people. How much cash has been saved by paying the loan off earlier? So what happens is total saved, interest saved. This person would have been paid. He would have been paying 21,386 rand and 60 cents for 20 years compounded quarterly, or quarterly payments. No? However, this person paid so far 21,386 rand and 60 cents for 13 years, 4 times a year. Okay, quarterly. Plus the lump sum of 455,134 rand and 20 cents. So if I only did this part, that is the amount the client would have been paying. So it's 21,386 rand and 60 cents multiplied by 20 multiplied by 4 minus, open brackets, 21,386 rand and 60 cents. We pay that for 13 years quarterly plus that lump sum. So he saves, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
143,690 rand and 78. Okay, last question quickly. A company manufactures metal tortoises to decorate one of their products. The tortoise is made up of a large semicircle, the radius R, a large semicircle with the radius R, and 3 smaller semicircles with the radius small r. So that's lowercase r. Okay. Then we are told that R plus R is equal to 300. Okay. Let's look at the first question. Okay. So they show that the area can be written as that. Alright, so we start by saying that the area of this shape is going to be, of course, the semicircle, so the radius of R, plus 3 semicircles for the radius of small r. Not so. So what happens is, they want it in terms of uppercase R or capital R. So capital R is equal to 300 minus lowercase r. Not so. How do you calculate the area of a circle? Pi r squared. So the area of the large circle is going to be pi r squared divided by 2, because that's semi. Plus 3 pi r, my radius now of this circle. Sorry, the other way around. The lowercase r is equal to 300 minus r. So there's going to be pi r squared, but my r is now 300 minus capital R, and that must also divide by 2. Okay. So what happens is you got pi of squared over 2 plus 3 over 2 pi, and I square this out. 300 squared is 90,000 minus 600 R plus R squared. Multiply that out, I get pi R squared over 2 plus, now 3 over 2 multiplied by 90,000 gives us 135,000 minus 3 over 2 times 600 gives us 900. This is pi 900 pi R plus 3 over 2 pi R squared. Okay, so that's going to give us, there's like terms, so it's going to give us, that's 4 over 2, so it's going to be 2 pi R squared minus 900 pi R plus 105,000, which is the same, 155,000 pi, which is the same as what is asked to prove. And then the last question, we are asked determine the value of A. And determine the value of R if A, the area of the totals, is at the minimum. So what do we do for minimum? We apply the first derivative. So the derivative of the area with respect to R is going to give you 4 pi R minus 900 pi. That falls away, it's a constant, equal to 0. Take that over the equal sign, so it's going to be 4 pi R equals 900 pi divided by 4 pi both sides. So R gives you an answer of 225. Is that correct? Huh? So that brings us to the end of our cycle test 3 2024. The question paper and memo can be found in the description box below.